Isang magandang gabi. Bayan. Good evening guys. I'm back. Oh, ayos na. Oh, malakas-lakas to. 10 gigabyte to. Oh, malakas-lakas to. 10 gigabyte to. Good evening po. Malinaw na, malinaw. I hope malinaw na kasi malakas-lakas na to. Okay, malinaw na? Pakisabi na malinaw na ba? Malinaw na ba? Di ba? Okay na. Sa load talaga 'yun. Hello, Sir Ma'am Res. Iba talaga ang ang Globe. Ang pinaload mo, unlimited surf. Pero limited lang yung binibigay nila na data. Grabe talaga. Tapos kapag malaking amount, the same promo, tapos malakasan din nila. Ah, ayos na. Sige. So, simulan na natin. Malinaw na po siya. Okay, so let's start. Sagutin natin to. Again, once again, good evening everybody. Good evening. Ayan, so balik tayo. Okay? So for this item naman. This type of rubric, again, good evening once again. Let's start professional education tayo. Last drill na po ito. So this question, let's all together answer this one. This type of rubric, what type of rubric siguro to nung tanong na to? What type of rubric that estimates the overall quality of a performance but by assigning a single numerical value to represent a specific category of accomplishment? Sagot dito, pag sinasabi kasi nating specific category at anong tawag, inassign niya, ibig sabihin, kapag role play ka, instead na sinaad mo doon na ang boses, napakalakas, hindi gaanong malakas, malakas. Sinabi mo na lang, boses 10% or boses 20%. Okay? Sige, sunod. Ito. On transferring learning, how will you classify the presentation of a research study of an invited social researcher? Sige nga. Ang sagot dito, discussing the effects of social media on Facebook users. Tingin ko may problema talaga ang ngayon, ang Globe. Sino ba diyan ang gumagamit ng Globe? Ayan, sige nga. Anong sagot dito? The clue words are transferring learning, that's application. Invited social researcher. Very good, Ma'am Cherry Jane. That's letter C. Letter C po ang sagot dyan. Bakit? O, tingnan nyo na lang. Application. And then, there is one that masasabi nating expert. So, that's inquiry. That's inquiry-based. Okay? Inquiry-based. Pag sinasabi kasi nating utilization related, parang ginamit lang kung ano meron doon, di ba? Pag sinasabi nating learner related, parang wala namang ganyan na sinabi diyan. Ang sinabi sa question, nag-invite ka ng researcher, no? So ibig sabihin, you are inquiring, okay? You are inquiring. So that's it. Next. Eto. If teacher is concerned with the development of students' higher order thinking skills, his lesson objectives must go beyond. Eto, tell you, to tell you. Okay? Napakahalaga nito. Tingnan natin yung sagot ninyo. Again, hanggang saan ba si LOTS or si lower order thinking skills? Saan nagsisimula si HATS? Yun yung tanong dyan. Analysis, breaking down, application, transfer of learning, comprehension, understanding, recall, remembering. Meron po problema. Globe po ako. Sabi ni Ma'am Jen, meron talagang problema. Ay, sabi ko na nga ba eh. Sabi ko na nga ba eh. Must go beyond. O sige, ang mga lower order thinking skills dyan ay si remembering, si understanding, at si applying. So, it must go beyond application. Ulitin ko, it must go beyond application. Okay? Again, ulitin natin. The breaking down of ideas, application. What about again, the breaking out of ideas, that's analysis. The transfer of learning, that's application. The understanding, that's comprehension. And the simple recall, that's knowledge or remembering. To judge, evaluation. To judge, evaluation. Next item. Letter B po yan, okay? Ang sagot ng iba dyan, analysis. Ang sagot ng iba dyan, comprehension. No, it's application. Okay, it's application. Kapag naman tinatanong kay Kendall and Marzano, that's knowledge utilization. That's knowledge utilization. Ulitin knowledge utilization. Ulitin natin. Kapag kay Kendall and Marzano, again, anong una sa kanya? Retrieving. Pangalawa, comprehension. Pangatlo, analysis. Okay, pang-apat, knowledge utilization. Panglima, metacognition. Pang-anim, self-system. So again, knowledge utilization, dun hanggang hanggang lots. Okay? Application pa rin yan. Next. Okay? Application pa rin yan. Next. Eto, for Vygotsky, which is the key concepts in terms of scaffolding that is provided by the teacher to the learners that they can complete their learning tasks. Anong sinasaad dyan? Scaffolding. Huwag nyo na basahin ang buong kwento. Ano bang meron sa scaffolding? Anong meron sa scaffold? Guided. So, kapag guided, anong meron? Proper procedure? It's not. Right information? Correct attitude? Or appropriate assistance? Sige nga. Latter day. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay? Obviously naman. Tinatanong sa board, what do you mean by fade away technique? That's, okay, fade away technique, withdrawing. Malinaw. Just remember these things, review these things, okay? Maaari nyo na itong bilisan when you review this. Next. Using 6 descriptions of elements of a good story, identify in writing the 6 elements in the story, short story by O. Henry. With complete accuracy, di ba? The words in capital letters are referred to as blank. A, criterion. Or D, cognitive condition. Letter C, minimum acceptance performance. Letter D, performance statement. Tandaan nyo po tandaan nyo po. Ang objective po ay meron lamang siyang 4 na bahagi. Una ay ang audience, pangalawa ay ang condition, pangatlo ay ang una ay ang A, audience, pangalawa ang B, behavior, pangatlo ang C, condition, pang-apat ang degree of acceptable performance. Okay? Yun po yun. Now, look at the question. It talks about identifying. That falls under what? cognitive behavioral objective. Okay, cognitive behavioral objective or the cognitive domain. That's letter. Okay, tingnan natin yung mga nakatama. Letter B, sabi ni Mama Jolly Caperly. Sagot po, letter B. Letter B. Okay, that's a behavioral objectives. Again, what are the four parts of the objectives? Audience, behavior, condition, degree of acceptable performances. Pero ang alam nyo, cognitive, affective, psychomotor, alam ko po yung alam ninyo, behavioral objectives lang yan. Pero may apat pong elements of the objective. I hope malinaw po yan. Yes, i-upload ko to Ma'am Jen Francisco. I-upload ko po ito pagkatapos. Next item. What standard or which standard test is used to measure performance in completed subjects in various grade levels? Everybody say PAD Prefo. Go. PAD Prefo. Completed subjects in various grade levels. Everybody say PAD Prefo. Go. PAD Prefo. P for placement. A for aptitude. D for diagnostic. Pre for pretest. For formative assessment. Now, kailan ka ba nagbibigay ng placement? Sectioning. Diba? Kailan ka ba nagbibigay ng aptitude? Kapag gusto mong malaman na magaling ang isang bata sa isang bagay o sa isang subject, ipapatest ka. Pag sinasabi nating diagnostic, strengths and weaknesses, and the entry of knowledge. Pag sinasabi naman po nating pre-test, ay before the test. Pag sinasabi naman po nating formative assessment, that's, of course, mastery drills or the what we call quiz. Quiz. Tinatanong sa board. A quiz is an example of formative assessment. Kailan ka nagpapa-remedial? Kapag bagsak. Kailan ka nagpapa-IQ? Kapag papasok pa lang siya sa paaralan, okay? Kapag admission tests, okay? Pag sinasabi nating achievement test, that's the correct answer, letter B. Very good, Ma'am Cherry Jane. Aptitude? Ano yung aptitude? Measuring a specific knowledge in a specific subject matter. Next. The following terms refer to the performance objective except blank objectives. Okay, ganito na lang. Ayan, sige, ato. What are the parts of the objectives? Say it again. What are the parts of the objectives? Audience, behaviors, condition, and degree of acceptable performance. The following terms refer to the performance objectives except blank objectives. Saan dyan? Performance objectives daw. Sino hindi kasali? Behavioral, learners, or lesson? Or si teacher? Actually, teacher, no? Hindi ka kasali. Sinasabi kasi natin performance, ang bata, yan. Ang bata, yan, di ba? So, teacher, wala ka dapat objective dyan. Wag ka dapat mag-isip na meron kang objective dyan. Dapat sa bata ang dapat mong iniisip na meron siyang dapat matapos, meron siyang dapat makuha, meron siyang dapat matutunan. Teacher, you are not anymore you are not anymore the reyna o hari sa loob ng classroom. You're just a facilitator. Next. What skills, no? Ayan, tinatanong dyan, what skills do Principal Jenny need to develop in order to focus well on problems, pick up real messages, and be sensitive to her teachers and students? What do you think is the correct answer? Critical thinking, diagnostic, confidence building, or communication skills? Eto, napakahirap ng tanong na to. But may technique kasi dyan. Meron kang titingnan dyan na makikita mong, oy, parang related to, di ba? So again, anong sagot dito? Again, anong sagot dito sa number 12? Sige nga. Okay. May sumagot ng letter D, may sumagot ng letter B, o ano ba talaga? Pag sinasabi nating diagnostic, you're checking the strengths and weaknesses. Pag sinasabi nating confidence building, Pag sinasabi natin communication skills, pwede. Pero to tell you guys honestly, for me as I read this question, I could say that when you focus on problems, pick up real messages, and be sensitive, actually communication, diagnostic, confidence building is actually part are only actually part of critical thinking. You suspend judgment. You get real messages. While there are no enough evidence, you suspend judgment. That's the thing of critical thinking skills. When you have that, you will be able to focus on real messages. You will be sensitive, of course, because you are being critical. Pag sinasabi kasi natin communication skills lang, ay, of course, pick up real messages. That's it. But meron kasing focused on problems. Meron pang pick up real messages. Meron pang be sensitive. No, ano meron dyan? Critical thinking, no? Critical thinking for short. That's my answer. You answer yours. Pero, may rason naman ako kung bakit yan sinagot ko. So, ikaw, kung may rason ka dyan, kung pipiliin mo si communication, ikaw na pong bahala. No? Ikaw na pong bahala. So, sagot ko dito is none other than letter A. Depende na kung sasama ka sa akin o gagawa ka ng bago. This phase of curriculum o tinatanong, phase of curriculum involves decisions, among other things, on grade placement and sequencing of content. Which phase is this? Ano daw ang phase ng curriculum? O, klaro naman siguro. Anong meron? Involves decisions among the things on grade placement, sequencing of content. O, meron sequencing. Anong tawag? Very good. Sagot? Sequencing is organizing, di ba? Sequencing or organizing. Sequencing or organizing. Designing or planning. Evaluating or judging. Implementation or the what we call instructional. Okay, instructions. Next. Eto. These are the criteria used to reduce error in judging test content, sampling, and procedures of tests or for tests. Exam. Hindi kasali dito. Usability, predictability, reliability, or validity. Tingnan natin, ano ba, alin ba dyan ang kasali sa tinatawag nating good characteristics of test? Sige, tandaan nyo, kapag nagkakamali ka dito, sampalin mo sarili mo para masaktan ka at hindi mo na ito uulitin. Again, ang sagot dito, these are the criteria used to reduce error. Criteria. So, sino ba ang mga criteria dyan? Ayan naman tayo eh. And procedures for tests. Exam. Okay, iba-iba tayo na sagot siguro rito. To reduce error, dapat valid. Dapat reliable. At tandaan nyo po na ang predictability ay kasali rin sa validity. Meron bang usability, guys? Matanong ko nga lang, meron bang usability sa characteristics of a good test? Sige, mag-search nga kayo tapos i-post nyo dito kung meron bang usability sa characteristics of a good test. And do not mention anyone and anything here, no? I will explain what I understood on this question and kayo na po bahala. So try to search na lang po siguro. Meron bang usability sa characteristics of a good test? Kasi nung ako po ay nag-aral dito, di ko makita. Baka ikaw makita mo. So for now, sagot ko dyan, letter A. Pero kung makapag-presenta ka na ang usability ay part ng characteristics of a good test, Ma'am Cherry Jane said, wala pong usability. Yes, me too. I have studied and wala akong makita. Or sadyang hindi ko lang talaga nakita, pero because hindi ko nakita, ang sagot ko letter A. Okay? Letter A. Kasi si predictability, ang paliwanag ko kasi, si predictability, part ng validity, tama? Meron tayong predictive validity, meron tayong concurrent validity, meron din tayong phase validity, di ba? O kung naalala nyo, kapag hindi, ay, di ba? Next. Sir, meron po. Ay, sige ma'am, paki-paste nga ma'am ng iyong source, babasahin ko. Kasi sa naaral ko, dalawa lang po talaga yung characteristics ng isang test. Kasi pag sinasabi nating objective ka, of course, valid yan. You measure what you intend to measure. Pag sinasabi naman po natin reliable, you increase the number of items. Pero kung may na-search kayo dyan, tapos reasonable kayo, that's your free will. No? I will not force you to agree with me. 'Di ba? Ganun naman talaga ang Prof Ed. Lagi tayong nag-aaway dito because walang 100% na tamang sagot to tell you sa Prof Ed. It depends on how we explain. Oh, 'di ba? Meron din isa dito sa TCP daw na review nila, wala daw usability. Yun na nga 'di ba? So again, magkakatalo tayo kung sino diyan kasi hindi naman sinabi kung anong tamang sagot dito sa tanong na to. Basta ginamit lang to. Okay? Basta for me, criteria used to reduce error in judging is usability because hindi siya kasali. The four characteristics are reliability, validity, objectivity, usability. Character number 1. Ma'am Crystal, please put on your source siguro. Oh, marami nga. Iba't ibang nga sagot. Wala po talaga, sir. Awan ko sa inyo. Basta, ang item na to, it depends on which you are going to answer, ha? It depends on which you are going to answer. Kasi iba-iba yung source natin Iba't iba yung mga nabasa natin. Okay? That's the hard thing and the beauty of Prof Ed. Pwede mong patunayan yung sarili mo. Sa Gen Ed, wala kang dapat patunayan. Memorize mo lang. So eto, it's either letter A or letter B. It depends on your source. It depends on your source. Okay? It depends on your source. Ano na lang ang ating paliwanag para may safeguard ka pa rin. Alam ko rin na hindi talaga, walang isang sagot. Walang iisang sagot. Depende na yan sa paliwanag kasi. So eto, may sagot talaga to. Etong sunod na katanungan. Hindi po lahat sa Prof Ed walang sagot. So eto, may sagot to. Which design is easy to deliver because complementary books and materials are commercially available? O eto, may sagot talaga to. Sige nga, tingnan natin. Experience center design, problem design, process design, or subject center design. Again, ano tinatanong dito? Which design is easy to deliver because complementary books and materials are commercially available? O, sagot dito. Sige nga. O, eto. Magtalo na naman tayo rito. Again, ako, you can always say, parang ito yung sagot ko, sir. I will not argue with you, but I will explain my side too. No? Ibang ano kasi kapag nagre-review ka, ito yung sagot, ito yung sundin mo. Ay, wag ganoon, 'di ba? Ang Prof Ed kasi hindi walang 100% na sa tamang sagot diyan, maliban na lang kung nakasulat talaga sa libro. Oo, libro na published, hindi yung nababasa-basa mo lang. The correct answer for this one is none other than letter D. Anong clue word natin? Books, 'di ba? Books commercially available. That's subject-centered design. Tama yung mga sagot ninyo. Galing, ang galing. Okay, next. Along Piaget's principles, this is the most appropriate for learning stories in literature in middle childhood. Ang sagot dito, sige nga. Again, along Piaget's principles, this is most appropriate for learning story literature in middle childhood. Sagot dito. You mark your answer number 14. You mark your answer number 14. Okay. Well, ano sagot ng mga taong bayan? A. Open story discussion and open-ended questions. Letter B. Provide materials such as mind twisters and riddles. Letter C. Read and outline stories. Letter D. Compare children's life with characters in the story. Lagi ko itong ginagawa when I was teaching elementary students. Letter D po ang sagot dito. Madali lang po talaga siya, no? Uy, ako si Batman. Ako naman si Superman. Uy, ikaw naman si Cinderella. Mga ganyan. Okay? Middle childhood. Next. 14 is letter D. Compare children's life with characters in the story. Next. Which curriculum design element is taking place when Eduardo, a fourth-year student, can connect the lessons he learned in the subject area to a related content in another subject area? Good dito. Actually, makonect niya sa iba. Is it articulation or smooth flowing? Is it balance? Is it continuity or continuum? Or is it integration? Sagot dito, letter D ay obviously, no? Sinasabi na nga dyan eh. Diba? Letter D. Next. Hi, Ma'am Jorna Paler. Hello. Next, number 15. Doing a class project by teams of learners is a form of blank for increasing retrieval of information and knowledge. What do you think is the correct? Oh, may letter D. Grabe sila. Doing class project by teams, learners is a form of blank for increasing retrieval. Bakit may letter D na kayo? Ato, 15. Sige nga, ano sagot dito? Doing a class project by teams. Ano sagot? By teams. That's elaboration. Elaboration or explanation. Elaboration or explanation. Pero, wait. Doing a class project by teams of learners is a form of... Wait. Teka lang, baka nagkamali ako rito ng pagbasa. Again, ulitin ko. Wait. Okay. Doing a class project by teams of learners is a form of blank. Is a form of blank. Is a form of organization for increasing retrieval of information. Doing by teams. Is a form of explanation. Let me think. Kayo mag-isip rin kayo dyan. Yes. Letter B ang sagot dito, guys. Letter B. Intindihan ko na, letter B. Doing a class project by teams of learners is a form of organization. It's not organization that, there are group 1, group 2, but it's a form of organizing the things that you have learned in order for you to retrieve them when you need them. That's letter B, no? Letter B, B. B yan, B. Next. Eto. Mr. Ortiz, as a science teacher, tries to enrich the content of her lesson by identifying related math concepts. What pattern of organizing subjects did Miss Ortiz consider? Letter A, Bradfield. Letter B, correlated. Letter C, core. Letter D, separate subject. Anong ginawa niya? Related, that's Letter B, correlated. Meron na ngang clue word, di ba? Correlated. Letter B, related. This is actually for the subject-centered. Again, how many major designs? There are 3 major designs. Subject, learner, and problem-based. Ito, subject ang tanong dito. Next. Ito, among important characteristics for successful teaching, which will you choose to connote vigor, energy, industry, endurance, zealousness, and quickness? Ito, iba ring sagot ng iba dito, pero ang sagot ko rito is, sige nga, kayo muna sumagot, 16, second 16, okay? Lagyan nyo, kapag may number, 16, lagyan nyo rin ng 16. Go. Ano sagot dito? Iba-iba kasi yung source ko, tapos yung mga post may number, kaya nakopya, ang number ay nakopya rin. Di ba? Emotional stability. Di ba? Emotional stability. Pero, sige nga, tingnan natin kung ano sagot ng iba dito. Iba-iba talaga yung mga sagot meron talagang mga questions. Meron pa akong isang katanungan dito na lahat kayo magkakamali. Yes, I tell you. Meron pang isa. Wait for a while. May gustong palakihin ang ating presentation. Salitan ko yung mukha ko. Kaya nyo naman kita yan. Ayan. Tapos ito, palakihin. Tcharan. Tcharan. Tapos ito, pataasin. Tcharan. Okay. Di ba? High touch na tayo. High touch. Ayan. Ayos na siguro yan. Sagot dito, guys. It's letter D. Drive. Again, drive yan. Drive theory. Sikat naman to. Drive theory, di ba? May nagsagot pa talaga ng B. Drive theory to. Next. If curriculum is the means, what is the end? Again, if curriculum is the means, what is the end? Ito. Letter B, instruction. Curriculum for means, the end would be the instruction. Tandaan niyo po yan. Approaches is to the philosophies. Technique is for the personal trick. Strategies is to implement the method. You have to use strategies. Next. Which is least in focus of existential... ito lang palagi kong tinatanong sa inyo. Ano daw? Existentialist. Siguro, sure naman ako dito sa sagot ko. Ang sagot dito, guys, actually is... The correct answer for this one is virtue. Lagi ko sinasabi yan, di ba? Virtue. Wala siyang pakialam sa mga virtue ng ibang tao. Dapat, ang gusto niya, meaning of life, yung freedom niya, yung gusto ko mag-develop. Okay? Yeah, next. What about this question? The curriculum used during the period in the Philippine history terminated the use of English as a medium. Anong clue word dito? Anong clue word? Terminated the use of English. Sagot. Sige nga. Gaano nyo ba ka-master ang history? Ako, hindi ako magpapatalo dito. Oo. Sige nga. Ano sagot dito? Terminated the use of English. Pag sinasabi nating American nationalism, pag sinasabi nating Spanish religious education, 1863 naggawa sila ng primary education. Commonwealth, that's still American period. Pag sinasabi nating Japanese, that's the Puppet Republic of Josepe Laurel, and that's the 1943 Constitution, and that's where English language is terminated, and lahat ng libro ay sinunog nila. That's actually letter D. Letter D. Sila din yung nag-introduce ng technical skills sa atin. Again, sila yung nag-introduce ng technical skills. Pag sinasabi nating Americans, nationalism. Pag sinasabi nating Spaniards, religious education. Next. Okay. What about this one? Ta-da! The promulgation of the Code of Ethics of the Professional Teachers under the PRC 45 of the PRC expressly covers in all educational institutions of the following levels implicitly at the blank. O, sino na hindi kasali sa ating Code of Ethics? Diba? Yan yung tinatanong dyan. Sino daw ang hindi kasali sa Code of Ethics? O, sige nga, tingnan natin kung kaya itong sagutin. Yeah. A, elementary. Hindi pa kasali. Ang elementary po ay compulsory. Next. Preschool and primary, that's still part of the Code of Ethics. Pag sinasabi natin tertiary, hindi sila kasali. They are the higher educational institutions. Okay? Meron silang academic freedom. So kapag ibig sabihin, gusto mo mag-aral sa college tapos hindi ka natanggap, meron ka bang karapatan na mag-welga? Hindi po. Bakit? Meron sila academic freedom. They have the right. No? They have the right. Next, letter D, secondary. Secondary ba ay mandatory? Hindi. Kailan ba nagsisimula ang exploration? Grade 7 sa TLE. Kailan ba nagsisimula ang specialization? That's grade 9. Tandaan niyo po 'yun, dalawa 'yan, okay? At kapag ang bata nag-aaral sa private school, kapag siya ay senior high school, merong voucher. Merong voucher, okay? So the correct answer for this one is none other than letter letter C. Letter C. Next. Bakit? Meron silang academic freedom. Next. Ito. Um, which a theory operates on the stimulus response principle, which means all behaviors are caused by external stimuli. External. Kahit pikitan nyo to, alam nyo to. External kasi siya. So ibig sabihin, it's about the environment. External outward expression of behavior, nature, that's it. Cognitive, that's inner. Constructivist, that's more on constructing ideas. So what about for contextual? That's all about the context itself. Okay? So that's behaviorist. Malinaw po ba ang ating mga paliwanag? Letter B po ang sagot dito. Next item. Number 19. What is the personal philosophy of teacher Melvin who focuses in utilizing language communication for experiential learning? Anong ginawa niya? Nag-focus lang daw siya sa language. Ano bang meron dyan? Personalism ba yan? Kung pinagalitan mo ang bata tapos nagalit siya, sinuntok ka niya, pinipersonal mo, binagsak mo, huwag ganun. Pag sinasabi naman po natin experientialism, ay obvious naman siya na empiricist, di ba? Pag sinasabi naman po nating progressivism, betterment, progress, maling ang bata, yung mga ganyan. That's the offshoot of existentialist. So the correct answer for this one is linguistic. Bakit? Communication. Okay? Obvious naman. Oh, Mr. Cias, John, bakit letter D ka? Meron yung communication for experiential learning. It's communication, language, utilizing language. That's linguistic philosophy. Okay? Next. Ito. Ms. Erica, in her biology class, accompanies her discussion with interesting visual aids. She strongly believes that students learn better when lessons are presented with images, unreal or imagined from the aside from mere lecture method. Which learning theory does she uphold? Dual coding, information processing. Pag sinasabi natin talaga, 'di ba? Nasa tip of the tongue ko, hindi ko siya masabi. PyView, 'di ba? PyView. Again, PyView. Sino to si information processing? That's from Schifrin and Atkinson. Next. How is the professional standards in the Philippine qualification framework best understood? It's a law, it's a status, it's a framework, or it's a benchmark, or it's an ethical code. Eto, guys, can you still hear me? Yes, ang globe ay may problema sa buong bansa. Ayos na? What about this one? What do you think is the correct answer? Okay, very good. That is letter, wait, ethical code, Philippine qualification framework. It's not ethical code. Ha? Sino may sabi sa inyo? Makipagpustahan ako rito. The correct answer for this one is letter C. It's the benchmark. Philippine qualifications. Benchmark. It's not letter D. It's not ethical. Framework is for benchmark. Hangganan. Qualification. Okay? Number 20, that's letter C. Ano, 19? 19, sinabi nyo 19? Number 19 po is letter dual coding. That's dual coding. And then dito, sa 20, that's benchmark. Letter C. Tama si Ma'am Beth. Next. Eto. Patrice is always fearful of freely roaming dogs, but does not mind dogs in a pen or on a leash. What feature of classical conditioning is exhibited? Eto. Kinagat raw ng isang asong pula. Nakita mo yung asong pula, ay, kinagat ka raw ng isang asong pula. Nakakita ka ng isang aso kahit hindi pula, takot ka pa rin. Anong tawag dyan? Generalization. Pero, anong sinabi dito? Nakakita daw siya ng isang roaming dog na dinapos, hindi niya pinansin. So, anong meron siya? Kaya niya nang mag-discriminate. Okay, paliwanag ko. Okay, paliwanag ko. Kinagat ka ng aso. Tapos, ang asong kumagat sa'yo ay green. Green ang kumagat na aso sa'yo. Nakita ka ng isang puting aso, hindi ka natakot. Ibig sabihin, you are discriminating na po. Okay? Ibig sabihin, you are able to identify the difference na yung green na aso lang yung kinatakutan mo. Pero kapag lahat po kinatatakutan mo, that's generalization. Okay? Stimulus generalization. Oh, that's it. Letter A ang sagot. Tama. Magaling, magaling. Sir, unsa answer sa A? Dual coding po ang 19. Yung dual coding. Tama ba? Yung 19 ba yung dual coding natin? Okay, so the correct answer is benchmark. What about, yes. Which of the theories of learning presents or states that the learning skills are hierarchically arranged? Oh, ato. Napakahirap naman ito. Hierarchically, oh. Hierarchy daw, hierarchy. Palagi ko yung sinasabi, pinamemorize ko yun palagi. Hierarchy. Ano? Hierarchy, that's cumulative. Ano nga yun? GIRP, Pepa E, Robert Gangneo, di ba? Kung nakalimutan mo yan, ibig sabihin hindi ka talaga natuto. Ibig sabihin, kinalimutan mo yung mga pinag-aralan natin. Naku naman. Okay ng internet, di lang klaro. Nalag. Klaro naka, sir. Okay. Again, pag sinasabi natin cumulative, ano ibig sabihin dyan? GIRP, Events of Learning, di ba? So again, GIRP, Peppa E, Robert Gagne, yun, gaining the attention, inform the objectives, recall prior knowledge, present the material, provide activities, elicit performances, ano pa, provide feedback, and then assess, and then enhance learning. That's what is it about. Okay. That's what it's all about. That's what's all about. It's letter A. Meaningful learning, that's from Osabel. Tama ba? Am I now heard? Naku po. Globe. Sana magsara ka na lang. Hindi ka nakikipag-cooperate sa mga may pangarap, Globe. Alam mo ba yon? Magko-complain na ako sa'yo. Am I now heard? Nalinaw na po ba yung boses ni Sir Jan? Guys? Sayang, pinakamahalaga pa naman tong live na to. Actually, ang mga items dito ay napakahalaga. Ay, ayan. Medyo lumakas na. I think lumakas na. Winala na po. Nawala na po yung sinabing unstable yung connection ko. Malakas na ba? It's not readable. It is readable. Just increase your resolution. Just increase your resolution. Baka pinili mo 144 pixels. Piliin mo 1080 pixels. Okay? So, patuloy tayo. Again, pag sinasabi natin cumulative, GIRP, Peppa E, Robert Gagnay, that's cumulative. Hierarchy. Okay? Hierarchy. G for gaining the attention. I for informing the objectives. R for recalling prior knowledge. P for presenting the material. So on and so forth. Readable, yes. It's because pinili niya yung 144 pixel. Piliin mo yung pinakamataas na pixel, dear. No? Next, continue tayo. Eto, what principle will you advance to non-threatening atmosphere in the classroom? Oh, this is all about this is all about the learner's environment. Okay, pag sinasabi nating learner's environment, learner's safety and security, management, support and promotion, that's learner's environment. Pag sinasabi naman po nating learners, that's learners, diversity of learners. Pag sinasabi naman po nating positive use of ICT, that's content, knowledge, and pedagogy. Pag sinasabi naman po nating professional ethics, that's community linkages. Pag sinasabi naman po nating competencies, assess, and feedback, that's domain number 5 or the assessment and reporting. I'm talking about the PPST. Kapag ikaw po ay laging nanonood sa aking YouTube, ikaw po ay makakasabay doon. Number 21, it's letter umuulan? Umuulan, guys. The correct answer for this one is letter C. No schooling. No schooling. Dapat, huwag kang manuntok ng bata, teacher. Intindihin mo yung bata, di ba? Next item. Ito. Leia easily remember dates and events in history. What component of long-term memory does Rita have? O sige, pag sinasabi nating memory model, eto, nagsisimula siya saan? Experience, sa labas. Pumasok siya saan? Sa short-term memory. Tapos papasok siya sa long-term memory for storage na purposes. Napunta tayo sa choices dito. Umulan ng malakas, kaya pala mahina yung connection natin. Kasi gustong umulan ng langit. Okay. Di ba umuulan na? Ang sagot, okay, introspection, letter C, that's reflective. Bakit? Because of the word, what? Nako, ang ulan! Bakit reflective? Kasi madali niya daw maalala. Tandaan niyo po, kapag konektado ka sa history, mas madali mong maalala mga bagay. No? Mas madali mong maalala. Logical rationalism yan, reason. Next. Rinig ba ang ulan dyan? Yung ulan dito sa amin, naririnig ba dyan? Naririnig ba dyan yung ulan? Baka po hindi na po ako marinig dyan. Next question. The history of curriculum development in the Philippines show reduction of units in the humanities but the increase of natural and physical sciences. Which thought is this action-based? Sagot. Naririnig nila. What do you think is the correct answer for this one? Okay, the correct answer for this one is very good. Letter A. Nagkamali ako sa board dito. Sinagot ko utilitarianism. Nakakahiya. Pag sinasabi natin utilitarianism, use. Pag sinasabi natin essentialism, important 3 R's. Okay? Pag sinasabi natin behaviorism, external behaviors, outward expressions of behaviors, nature. Next. An Earth science has just completed a unit about the sun. As she recognizes her next unit on other stars, she uses the sun as the frame of reference. Kita nyo? What view of learning was used? Sige nga, madali ito. Again, anong topic? Earth science. Nakumpleto na daw niya ang sun. So, ginawa niya ang um, sun as reference para i-discuss ang mga stars. Anong view of learning to? Sige nga. Discovery, informative, meaningful learning, or transfer learning. Ang sagot dito, go, go, go. The correct answer is none other than letter tadam. Oh, nawala. Letter C. Letter C. That's meaningful learning. Bakit? Because of the word prior knowledge. Guys, meaningful learning is prior knowledge. Dapat bago ka pumunta sa susunod na topic, dapat konektado yung previous topic. Di ba yun yung meaningful learning? Dapat contextualize. Pag-usapan mo yung mga nakaraan. Di dapat kalimutan yan. X lang ang dapat kalimutan, hindi ang board exam. Nalinaw. Meaningful learning, sulat mo dyan, prior knowledge. Kapag ang tanong about prior knowledge, meaningful learning yan. Next. What is applied by Skinner's change in overt behavior, like events, can result in learning shaping, behavioral training, operant conditioning, reinforcement schedule. What is applied by Skinner's change in overt behavior, like events, can result in learning? Sagot dyan. Events can result in learning. Events, that's operant conditioning or instrumental conditioning. Again, operant conditioning or instrumental conditioning from B.F. Skinner. That's letter C actually. Next. Meron pang isang mali dito na I think naisulat ko. Okay, ito. Tadan! Vygotsky claimed that social interaction is important for learning. What does this imply? Interaction daw. Saan dyan na nagpapakita ng interaction? Ayan! Children in the tree has no learning yet since they are not capable of interaction. We got this claim that, ayun. So the correct answer for this one is none other than, charan, letter B. Children learn from adults and other children. That's why, kung ano yung nakikitang mali, kung ano yung nakikita ng mga, kung ano yung nakikitang mali ng mga bata sa matatanda ay nagiging maganda or nagiging tama sa mga mata ng bata. So be careful, beware yung mga ginagawa natin, di ba? Next. What kind of subjects works best for beginning teachers who still need support from other teachers and their peers. So ito, marami din tong ibang sagot. Pero sagot ko dito, light subjects. What's your answer? Demo subjects? For me, demo subjects are difficult subjects. Pag sinasabi kasi natin beginning teachers, ito sa PPST, career stages of the professional teacher. Beginning, proficient, highly proficient, distinguished. Pag sinasabi natin distinguished, may global perspective. Say it again. Distinguished, global perspective. Pag sinasabi natin highly proficient, siya yung magtuturo kay beginning teacher. Ano bang problema ng proficient teacher? Siya din yung wala lang, improve myself, I don't care for anybody else. Again, sino yung nagsasarili? Proficient. Sino yung nagtuturo? Highly proficient. Sino naman yung may universal principle of English? Sino yung nauna? Beginning teacher. Huwag mong pahirapan. Bago pa lang siya. Okay? Kabago-bago pa niya, pinapahirapan mo na. Kawawa naman. Next. Ito. Based on Bandura's theory, which condition present for a student to learn from a model? O, Bandura, modeling. Ano daw dyan? Next. So, sige, kayo sasagot. Attention, retention, motor production, motivation. Ay, naka-ano na yan. Naka-order na actually. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. ARM, di ba? ARMM. How many regions are there in the Philippines? 17. How many islands are there in the Philippines? 7,641. Everybody say, 7,641. Tandaan niyo po yan. Lumalabas yan dahil updated yan sa social science. Gen Ed. Next question. The correct answer is letter C. Kailangan ko ba itanong yan? Sige, discuss nga natin to. Again, this is about the effective modeling tips by Bandura. Ano bang di-discuss ko dito? Sige, ikaw at ang boyfriend mo, nag-aaral kayong mag-yoga. Diba? Tapos, of course, dahil ikaw hindi ka marunong pang tumuwad, yung boyfriend mo yung unang tumuwad. Sabi ni Sir Glojon. Tapos, nakita mo yung boyfriend mo tumuwad, ang tawag doon attention, na-catch yung attention mo. Tapos, kahit hindi na tumutuwad yung boyfriend mo, naaalala mo pa rin yung pagtuwad-tuwad niya, di ba? Parental guidance tayo ngayon, no? Pag sinasabi naman po nating motor production, ikaw na mismo tumuwad ka na rin. And then, pinalakpakan ka ng boyfriend mo, kaya motivated ka nang tumuwad. That's it. Ganun lang po kadali ito, okay? That's ARMM, ARM, attention, retention, motor production, of course, the motivation. Di ba? Tuwad-tuwad na. Lumalalim na kasi yung gabi, di ba? Next item. Meron pa dyan. Merong live model. Kapag sinasabi nating live model, sa personal tumuwad yung boyfriend mo. Kapag sinasabi nating symbolic model, saan siya tumuwad? Sa TV. Okay? Pero pag sinasabi nating language model, sinabi mo lang tuwad, tumuwad ka rin, di ba? Ganun yun. Again, pag live, sa personal. Kapag sa TV, symbolic. Kapag personal, personal, I mean, linguistic, language, that's sinabi ng tuwad. Hi, Ma'am Jocelyn. O, yun. Si Bandura SPG talaga yung taong ay no, bago lang kaka-pass away niya lang. Along Erickson's psychosocial theory, stagnation. Anong sagot dito? Actually, stagnation for me maraming ibang sagot dito. Sige nga, tingnan nyo. Sige nga. Okay, si Ma'am Cherry J talaga. Parehas tayo ng utak, ma'am. Kasi ako, letter C din yung sagot ko talaga. Galing ni Momo. I don't know, ma'am. Ma'am Cherry Jane, for me lang din po, letter C ang sagot ko. ang iba, letter A, ang iba, letter B, ang iba, letter D. Lahat naman po talaga tama. Pero parang tingin ko kasi, cares for no one, stagnant ka. Ibig sabihin, hindi ka nakapag-asawa, wala kang mga inaanak, ibig sabihin wala ka talagang pakialam sa mga tao sa paligid. The opposite kasi to this one is generativity. Nagsusupport ka sa mga apo mo, sa mga anak mo, sa pamilya mo, nagmamahal ka sa asawa mo. Well, you are giving care because kapag psychosocial kasi, caring, di ba? Caring. Okay? So, cares for no one. That's it. Letter say. O, eto. In classical conditioning, meron ng sagot. O, sige, discuss ko na lang. Ganito. In classical conditioning, which are paired together in order to elicit the desired response. Okay, ganito yan. May isang, sige, yung boyfriend mo na lang. Sige, boyfriend na naman. Again, yung boyfriend mo, pakitaan mo ng bell. Ang bell ay tinatawag nating neutral stimulus. Again, anong tawag sa bell? Neutral stimulus. Anong tawag sa bell? Neutral stimulus. Ayan, patunugin mo yung bell. O, maiintindihan ba ng boyfriend mo? Hindi niya maintindihan yung bell. Sinasabi niya sa sarili niya, ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng bell na yan? Pero, pinakita mo yung legs mo. Naglalaway ang boyfriend mo. So, ibig sabihin, meron siyang unconditioned response because pinakitaan mo siya ng unconditioned stimulus. Okay? So, yung boyfriend mo naglalaway na. Patay na tayo dyan. SPG na naman to. So, ngayon, pinagsabay mo yung pagpapakita ng yung legs mo at yung pagpapatunog ng bell. Ayan, naglalaway pa rin si boyfriend. Ang tawag dyan, unconditioned response pa rin. Bakit? Meron kasing unconditioned stimulus na nandun. Okay? Sunod, bell na lang yung tumutunog. Aba, si boyfriend mo naglalaway pa rin. Na-condition na yung utak niya. Ang tawag doon, sa bell na condition na siya is condition stimulus. Okay? Condition stimulus. So, yung response niya, conditioned response na. Again, ulitin natin. Ano ang tawag sa neutral stimulus? Yung kasama yung legs mo. Kapag sinama na yung legs mo na unconditioned stimulus, naglalaway ang boyfriend mo. Nung bell na lang, pagkatapos mong pinakita yung legs mo, ano nangyari? Naglalaway pa rin siya. Okay? So, that's it. No? Laway-laway na. Kanina, tuwad-tuwad. Patay kayo dyan. Sige. So, kapag makalimutan nyo si operant conditioning, abay, laway-laway lang kayo doon. Okay? Wala namang problema doon. Actually, guys, nakakatuwa talaga itong Prof. Ed na to, no? That's it. So, ano sagot dito? Letter A. Bakit? Which are paired together in order to the desired performance. I-pair mo agad ang neutral stimulus at ang unconditioned stimulus para magkaroon ng response. Okay? Minsan nga, tinatanong sa board exam, mayroon daw may sakit. Tapos, merong soda na pinapainom sa kanya. Nilagay yung gamot, pinakita sa kanya. Pero hanggang sa di na nilagyan ng gamot, pero soda pa rin, gumaling pa rin siya. Anong tawag doon? Placebo effect. Ano nung theory? Conditioning ba rin by Pavlov? Di ba? Ganun yan. Ganun ang buhay. Malinaw ba yung boses natin dyan, guys? Eto. Sagutan nyo to. No, that's placebo. It's not halo. Halo effect is general impression. Ang legs, bow. Hi, Ma'am Janine Basilio. Okay, what about the others? Ang sagot nyo dyan, letter B. According to Howard Gardner, spatial, obvious na yan. Pag spatial, colors, shapes, symmetry, and images. Pag sinasabi natin language smart, linguistic philosophy. Pag sinasabi natin mathematics smart, number smart, logical, mathematical. Pag sinasabi natin nature smart, naturalistic. Pag sinasabi natin diyang, why do I Thorndikes? Oh, walang animation. Letter B. What law states that the strength of connection is influenced by the consequences of the response? Sagot dyan. Letter B. That's letter B. Effect. Ang epekto. Ito yan. Paghanda ang bata. Ay, naglalag ako. Again, pag ang tinatanong nito, si 3, di ba? Si Thorndike's readiness, exercise, and effect. Ayos na. Okay, so that's letter baby. No? That's letter baby. Ayos na. Naririnig ko na nga kayo eh. Babasa ko na kayo mga tanong ninyo. Next. Olympia J's. Okay, guys, we are stopping at item number 26. Bukas live tayo kasi nasasayang kasi yung discussions ko tapos putol-putol. So tomorrow baka ang signal babalik na. So I think tomorrow is the last time that you will study. So study lang muna kayo ng continue tonight. Okay? Continue studying tonight because tomorrow I will be live the same time 7:30 para po sa inyo. We will start at item number 27. Meron pa tayong 100 items more. Okay? So, yun. Balikan natin yung mga previous pero bilisan lang tapos punta tayo sa item number 27. Tomorrow. So, study muna kayo ngayon dahil masasayang yung mga pinaliwanag ko tapos hindi masyadong nakuha dahil may problema ang connection. So guys, thank you so much. God bless you and I love your dreams. 3 araw na lang, tulog na lang. Huwag niyo pong kalilimutan, dapat makapasa ka, dapat mag-usap tayo, LPT ka na. Huwag yung bumalik ka rito dahil hindi ka pumasa. Huwag yun. Basta't ikaw po ay matagal na sa channel na to, alam mo po ang sarili mo na handa ka na. Alam mo po na dapat mo na alam lahat ng dapat mong alam. Alam mo po na ikaw po ay papasa na. Okay? Do not anymore hesitate, do not anymore doubt because you are prepared. Kapag hindi lalabas yung mga pinag-aralan natin dito, alam mo na yung gagawin, magpapatap sa iyo yon, di ba? Kasi nag-aral ka. Oh. Thank you so much. God bless you and see you tomorrow. Good night. Wait, mag-aral ka muna. Bye. Wala na talaga.